Doing a great job, and it's great to be here this morning. I hope everybody's awake. I've had my shot of espresso, so I'm ready to go. And it's great to be here in St. Louis. I've spent quite a bit of time up here, and I like to be around people who care so deeply about this area and this state. And today I want to share with you my vision for helping Missouri become a leader in job growth, in improving education, and using energy effectively, and in enhancing economic development across our state to help employers and entrepreneurs create jobs. You know, too often in government, I think we take a short-term look at the world instead of creating long-term goals for our state. And part of that, you know, is because we have elections, and people look at elections instead of the next election instead of looking at the long-term view of the world. And as governor, I would like to make sure that we create together a 10-year plan for this state and a vision for this state, how we want it to look in 10 years. But before I get into those issues, I want to say what an honor it has been for me to serve as your state treasurer. Working with people in this room, we've helped bring more than $1 billion back into Missouri and invested in our people and our businesses. And I am committed to that principle, putting our state first and investing in Missouri. Our policies in the State Treasurer's Office have earned over $640 million in interest earnings over the last 3 years, and it has helped Missouri's budget deficits go into budget surpluses. We transformed the state college savings plan. I talked to a couple of you all out there who are in that plan. And now, today, it is recognized by Money Magazine as one of the best plans in the country. We have over 100,000 participants with over $1 billion in assets in that plan. And, you know, as a member of the Missouri Housing Development Commission, I have worked hard to utilize the various tax credits and incentives available to the state to develop quality and affordable housing and create growth here in the city. And it's also noteworthy that while there is uncertainty in the national economy, Missouri is one of a handful of states to maintain that AAA rating. My record in the state Senate and as a state treasurer is clear. Fiscal discipline, helping businesses and individuals succeed, and holding the line on taxes. My vision is clear as well. I believe it is the same vision that has driven every generation that has gone before us, to make a better way for our families, to give our children greater opportunities than we have ever known. And this starts with education. And there's a reason I mentioned education first. To even start talking about the development of this region and this state, we must recognize that the 21st century is bringing a new economy along with new challenges. And we must make sure that our kids receive a world-class education. And that doesn't mean K through 12 anymore. College or trade school is imperative, almost without exception in today's world. And that's why I've worked so hard to give Missourians a top-notch college savings plan. And as governor, I have a plan to give every Missouri family new help to save for college. It's called the Legacy Initiative. And by simply leveraging the state's resources, we can provide matching grants to families who save in our college savings plan at no cost to taxpayers. And we should target low and middle income families. And my idea is to match the initial and ongoing contribution amounts from the interest on this fund. And I think that we should start right here in the city, in the school district, to invest in those kids' futures and show them that we believe in their ability to succeed, that they can stay in school and graduate from high school and go on to college or a trade school. I believe we need new partnerships between Missouri businesses and our colleges, trade schools, and high schools. Business knows not only what their needs are now, but where things are headed in the future. By collaborating with our schools, we can help entrepreneurs make kids prepare for tomorrow and help Missouri business at the same time by preparing a quality workforce. And we can do more. Why wouldn't we further this partnership by offering tax credits for businesses that contribute to our universities for research and development. If Monsanto or Boeing wants to work with the university to develop R&D in a specific area, we should offer them a tax credit for specific contributions for that purpose. That's a win for our universities, the state budget, and the Missouri businesses. One of the most important challenges is making sure more students are getting degrees in math, in engineering, science, and technology. As governor, I want to fully implement the METS plan, so we're giving Missouri kids every opportunity in a global economy. You know, one of the interesting things I found about when researching METS was that in 1992, Missouri's fourth grade students ranked above the national average in math and science. And now we rank below the national average. So what happened after 1992? Well, Jay Nixon got elected for one thing, but that's a joke. MAP test started in 1997. And what we have now is education control centered in a bureaucratic cubicles of Jefferson City and Washington, D.C., instead of classrooms in St. Louis and Sikeston and Springfield. So those of you that have children know that every school's resources are targeted towards teaching to this test, the scoring of which is meaningless and not representative of our schools. That is why, as governor, I will eliminate this annual exercise at the high school level and replace it with something that will help our kids get into college. Instead of the MAP test, let's use a test that matters to students and parents and can actually help students obtain a college degree. I propose that every Missouri student take the ACT test instead of the MAP test. We need to make the most of the time that our teachers have with our kids, and it is simply a waste of time and money to teach the MAP test standards when they have little to do with helping young Missourians reach their dream of getting a college education. I'm sure some of you are aware that I have proposed specific plans to provide more than $200 million worth of tax relief to Missouri families. This is not a gimmicky Washington, D.C. short-term fix or a send your tax receipt in for 3 months and we'll send you a check approach by some in Jefferson City. My plan provides permanent tax relief for families who are struggling to get by with almost $4 a gallon gas and prices and food prices going up. This will help Missouri businesses and individuals create jobs and grow our economy. I propose raising the personal exemption and the dependent exemptions, property tax relief, a comprehensive review of the tax code, and elimination of the earnings tax over a 5-year period. And let me say a word about the earnings tax. I caught a lot of grief the other day for that proposal in the media. But you know, everybody I talked to in St. Louis wants to get rid of it. Everybody, even the mayor. But nobody does anything about it. So I say, let's just do it. Let's do it. I pledge to work with local officials to figure out the right combination of revenue replacing initiatives. And if we do it over 5 years, we will have a chance to see the revenue increase from other sources, because I believe there will be more economic growth. I believe we can eliminate waste and fraud efficiencies and then identify other sources of revenue to replace the difference. This is good for the St. Louis economy and therefore good for the entire Missouri state economy.